There is severe flooding in southern Poland and northern Czech Republic. Before the eyes of the desperate people, entire neighbourhoods in border towns are simply disappearing under the water. This disaster sweeps away entire homes as people barely manage to survive. This is where my house stood this morning, but within 10 minutes the water was everywhere. We had to jump out of the windows and run to our neighbours. Another 1,000 people in the Ostrava region were evacuated. A dam burst 35 kilometres from the Polish border. The situation is worsening by the minute. Water floods the city. In Vishnova, Opava, Jeszeniki and many other Czech towns, it has been raining non-stop for at least 3 days. Rivers have burst their banks, cutting off residents from the outside world. In Brno, a hospital had to be evacuated. Rescuers are working under extreme conditions. We are rescuing people who have fled to the roofs of their houses or are stuck in their own backyards. The current of the river is very strong and it is difficult to keep a boat afloat. Czech authorities warn that the worst of it may be to come as the rain hasn't stopped and more towns and villages are at risk, including those inland. Unfortunately, there has already been 1 death and 7 people swept away by a river are being searched for. But not everyone realises just how serious the threat is. Some people refuse to evacuate even in a critical situation. They want to stay where they are. We are trying to reach those who need help and are fighting to save every life. More countries are preparing for the arrival of the flood. The level of the Danube in Bratislava has reached a critical point, and Slovakian services have been put on high alert. The same is true in Hungary, Germany and Austria, where the floods have already hit with tremendous force. The extent of the tragedy in Romania is only being revealed by the falling waters. There is despair and questions about what to do next, as it is impossible to live in flooded and destroyed homes. The flood destroyed everything. There is nothing left. Beds, furniture, floors, water and mud everywhere. More than 12,000 people have been evacuated in the Czech Republic. Due to rising water levels in the Opava River on the Polish-Czech border, 3 bridges in the towns of Bobalušky, Pranica and Ježkovice are impassable. This is a disaster of unprecedented proportions. Our entire neighbourhood is underwater. People will have to deal with the consequences of this tragic flood for a long time. The extent of the flooding is still difficult to predict. Czech hydrologists warn that flood waves on the Opava and Oder rivers could collide, posing a huge danger to people. The coming hours will be very difficult for the services and for the inhabitants. Martin Shevchak, TV Republika.